Supervisor Cavazzini.
Here. Oh, here. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you could please stay standing. We were supposed to have the Reverend Dr. Edward L. Hunt here. He appears to be delayed, but I'd ask for a moment of silent meditation. Thank you. Okay. If you catch me turning the microphone off and holding the button, it is the opposite in the Dutchess County Legislature. To speak, you have to hold down the button, so from time to time you might catch me doing that until I get used to this. So please bear with me, folks. The first order is the adoption of the agenda. There is one item that was laid on our desks at 5 o'clock today from the Recreation Director, a resolution hiring an indoor soccer instructor for the Recreation Department program that is laid here on the desks. Do we have a motion to add that to the agenda?
I'll make that motion.
Actually, on there, this just has the name filled in.
Okay. Did we have that before on here? It was,
On there, but there's no name filled
okay. I did not,
What number is it?
yeah, what number was this?
So I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing this on the agenda, so that's why I was adding it.
Of course, I have to go on this list.
What is 20, Joe? Is it in there or
No, Resolution 20 is adopting the pay scale for all seasonal
Okay.
recreation employees. I don't believe that this is on here, Jessica. So,
All right, move to add it.
moved by Councilman Beal,
Second.
second by Councilman Phillips. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Thank you very much. Now, a motion to adopt the agenda as amended.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Beal, second by Councilman Phillips. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you very much. That will be Resolution 2024-45, and we'll add that to the end of the consent agenda. Okay. Do I have a motion to acknowledge the minutes of the December 11th, 2023 meeting?
Move.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Phillips, second by Councilman Beal. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you very much. Motion passes. Do I have a motion to open the public portion?
Move.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Beal, second by Councilman Phillips. Are there any members of the public wishing to speak before the town board on agenda items only?
Hearing none, I'll make a motion to close public portion.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Beal, second by Councilman Phillips. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you very much. Folks, we are opting to a new form of the agenda tonight. We're having a consent agenda versus non-consent agenda to streamline the overall process of our meetings. This is what's done in the county legislature, the town of East Fishkill, a number of other municipalities. So what we will be doing is approving the resolutions in a block to streamline the meeting. So I will be starting by reading all of the consent agenda items. Resolution 2024-1, resolution appointing certified public accountants to provide various accounting services and to audit the accounts and reports of the town supervisor, town clerk, and town justices. Resolution 2024-2, resolution designating various banks as the official depositories of the town of Wappinger. Resolution 2024-3, resolution establishing petty cash funds for various offices. Resolution 2024-4, resolution authorizing the submission of the supervisor's annual report to the state comptroller. Resolution 2024-5, a resolution designating the official newspaper of the town of Wappinger. Resolution 2024-6, resolution authorizing the use of a mechanical check signing device. Resolution 2024-7, resolution designating the time and the place for holding town board meetings for the calendar year 2024. Resolution 2024-8, resolution authorizing the attendance at the 2024 Association of Towns annual meeting. Resolution 2024-9, resolution to authorize the town supervisor, town highway superintendent, and the town board to execute the agreement for the expenditure of highway monies Resolution 2024-10, keys, security codes, and other means of accessing and utilizing town hall office, town phone, computer system, and related security passwords, and the use of town hall vehicles for other town business. Resolution 2024-11, personnel time clock. Resolution 2024-12, resolution establishing the amount of undertakings to be furnished by officers, clerks, and employees. Resolution 2024-13, a resolution to adjust the Town of Wappinger mileage reimbursement rates for 2024. Resolution 2024-14, resolution establishing the pay scale for part-time town patrol personnel. Resolution 2024-15, resolution establishing the salaries of elected officials in the Town of Wappinger. Resolution 2024-16, resolution establishing the pay scale of certain employees for the Town of Wappinger covered under a union contract. Resolution 2024-17, resolution employing bond counsel services for the calendar year 2024. Resolution 2024-18, resolution establishing paid holidays. Resolution 2024-19, resolution appointing the Registrar and Deputy Registrar of Vital Statistics for the Town of Wappinger. Resolution 2024-20, a resolution establishing the pay scale for seasonal recreation department employees in the Town of Wappinger. Resolution 2024-21, resolution authorizing the Town of Wappinger to initiate request for qualifications for various town professionals as a part of the 2024 reorganization process. Resolution 2024-22, resolution appointing marriage officer for the Town of Wappinger. Resolution 2024-23, resolution approving IT consultant contract. Resolution 2024-24, resolution appointing town dog control officer for the Town of Wappinger. Resolution 2024-25, resolution appointing the secretary to the Planning Board and Zoning Board of Appeals. Resolution 2024-26, resolution designating an insurance agent for the Town of Wappinger. Resolution 2024-27, resolution appointing the chairperson of the Town of Wappinger Planning Board. Resolution 2024-28, resolution appointing the town historian of the Town of Wappinger. Resolution 2024-29, appointing the chairperson of the Town of Wappinger Zoning Board of Appeals. Resolution 2024-30, resolution reappointing the receiver of taxes. And Resolution 2024-31, resolution acknowledging the appointment of deputy town clerks. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second, but on the point of discussion, there are some blanks here within, that I think we need to clarify.
Which resolutions still had blanks?
So, unless the online agenda has been updated, I have a number of ones that have blanks, so maybe you don't have them as blanks, but let's just make sure we're on the same page. So,
Yep.
Number one would be RBT CPAs LLP.
Well, here, first let's do a motion, second. So moved by Councilman Beal, second by Councilman Phillips. Now discussion. All right, and so you had RBT, and that is filled here on the printed agenda.
It is, okay.
Yes.
All
And
right.
it's online,
Yes,
so.
and it's online.
It is, okay.
Yes.
Published everything.
Yes.
Okay,
So you have
right.
that republished packet there.
Okay, so I
Yes.
just want to make sure that, because I printed these off the online today,
Yeah.
and they were blank.
They were edited.
Yeah, they were completed.
All right.
I
So
did-
just,
Also, to the town clerk, you're doing the petty cash. Is $150 enough for the town clerk's office?
It's always been 150.
Okay, okay.
all right, so,
And everything that we had talked about earlier.
yeah, I just want to make sure that everything's consistent here. So, for the, all right, for the consent agenda, I just want to just verify real
Yep,
quick.
no problem.
So RBT is, for those that may have printed them out earlier, yeah, okay, they were blank for you too.
No, earlier than that. Yeah.
Anyway, the intent was for them not to be blank, so there was
they were
just a
filled out.
miscommunication. We discussed
filled
this, and for whatever reason, a different Word doc got uploaded. So we're just going to make sure everything's transparent here. So number one
Yes.
is RBT CPAs LLP.
Yep.
Then there was another one here, which, real quick, there were only a couple.
Newspaper, Southern Dutchess.
That was filled out.
That was done.
It was towards the end here, so just real quick, everything else was filled out except for the number 2-7. So 2-7, which is the planning board chair.
Yep.
Flower.
Bruce
No
Flowers.
change,
reflected.
Bruce
Yep.
Flower, okay.
And zoning board of appeals, Peter Galati was added.
Yep.
All right, hold on, 2-8, obviously, right now, we're keeping status quo on the town historian.
Until we can find a new
Yeah,
town
so
historian.
Joey, we need continuity. I mean,
Yep.
it's obviously by default, he's probably the historian anyway in this role, but just to keep it clean, we're going to keep him in there until we can fill that, right? Peter Galati for ZBA and 2-9.
Yep. So again, these changes were made and just not reflected on the
So
website.
everything's good.
for-
All right, just want to make sure that
Yeah.
that was consistent, so everybody's, in case you got the other version, now you know. And
Yes.
if you want to just call the vote one more time, I'd be happy to move it.
Of course. So on the consent agenda, we had a motion by Councilman Beal, second by Councilman Phillips. We had discussion. All those in favor of adopting the consent agenda?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, the non-consent agenda, so we will have an actual discussion on each one of these resolutions. A number of them were left blank and still are. So, the first one is Resolution 2024-32, a resolution establishing the wages for various employees of the town of Wappinger not covered under the union contract.
Can I move that we discuss this in executive session?
Moved by Councilman Phillips,
Second.
second by Councilman Beal. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Perfect.
And just for full transparency, there's some question with regard to hourly employees and salary employees and how that is defined, because some administrations, and I've seen this a couple different times, some administrations will define positions as salaried, others will define them as hourly, but we still build money into the lines for comp time / overtime. So we have some legal questions with respect to how we better define that, because it should be consistent, right?
Absolutely, and that's what we're trying to get back to, because half of our department heads right now, how it's structured, are hourly, and the other half are salaried, which is what this administration, working with this town board, is trying to fix, make sure everyone is fairly compensated for all the work that they do. But again, at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're going in the salaried direction for our department heads. So, thank you very much. Resolution 2024-33, adopting the rules of the town board.
So I'll say the same thing I said last year and the year before. I'll move to adopt it, but I believe we need to look at some portions of this document and do some amendments at some point, maybe have a workshop meeting and have some discussion, because some of the rules of the town board are written prior to emails,
Yes.
There's like the landline phone call to the,
Yes.
it's like old school. So we gotta adapt, and I think we learned a lot during COVID. Obviously, some of that we can't do now because that executive order is over, but we have other ways to communicate different documents and things that perhaps we can offer amendments digitally, things like that. So I'll move to approve the current rules of the town board, but I just want to say that at some point in 2024, hopefully in the first half, we can have a conversation about making some adjustments to them. So I'll move it.
I wanted to make some changes, but with what you said, I'll wait till we
Okay, so
revise it, so I'll second it.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you very
And
much.
Just for the public's knowledge, the board can change its rules at any time.
Yes. Thank you, council. Thank you. Resolution 2024-34, resolution establishing remuneration of water meter readers in the town of Wappinger.
I'll move it.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Beal, second by Councilman Phillips. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you very much. Resolution 2024-35, resolution acknowledging the appointment of confidential personal secretary to the town supervisor.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Phillips, second by Councilman Beal. On the purpose of discussion, I'd like to announce that Caitlin Abashanab will be serving as my confidential secretary. She's already hit the ground running and is going to do a fantastic job. So if you haven't stopped into Town Hall yet and introduced yourself, please stop by and do so. She will be there to help. So, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you very much. Resolution 2024-36, a resolution acknowledging the appointment of Deputy Town Supervisor.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Beal, second by Councilman Phillips. For the purpose of discussion, I'd like to announce that the Deputy Supervisor will be Lisa Paoloni. She'll be serving as my right hand and advisor as Deputy Town Supervisor. So, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you very much. Resolution 2024-37, resolution appointing member to the Town of Wappinger Zoning Board of Appeals.
I'll move it.
Moved by Councilman Phillips,
Second.
second by Councilman Beal. Discussion?
So for the record, the name is Donald DiNardo,
That's correct.
Okay.
Any further discussion?
and that term will, that's a 5-year term with the term expiring December 31st, 2028, correct?
That's correct. That is a full 5-year term.
Got it.
And for full transparency, we conducted interviews for the Planning Board, Zoning Board, on the special board meeting we held on January 3rd, and that is why we have this appointment here. So it was publicly advertised in the Southern Dutchess News, social media, and various locations. So, moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you very much. Motion passes. Resolution 2024-38, resolution appointing Board of Assessment Review member.
So I'll move to table this one for advertising purposes.
Correct.
Perfect.
To Councilman Beals, the Board
So-
Board of Assessment Review is looking for members, so if you have an interest, please see our tax collector.
Yes, yes. Our
Tax assessor.
tax assessor, our assessor Christian Harkins, Loretta Brunello, of course, or my office, but we will be advertising for this opening. This will be a full year, a full appointment, I should say, going until 2028. So if you have any interest, this board oversees the grievance day process on town assessments, and we'll have more information posted on that as well. So we had a motion to table by Councilman Beals, seconded by Councilman Phillips. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you very much. Resolution 2024-39, resolution employing stormwater management consultant services for the calendar year 2024.
I'll move to table this. We're also currently reviewing proposals and accepting proposals.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Beals, second by Councilman Phillips for the purpose of discussion. Again, our town's stormwater management consultant, Walter Artis, longtime consultant, has retired, and so it is now this town's role now to find a new consultant to serve in that very, very important capacity. So we've already started to interview prospective candidates for that as well. And working with Artis, who Councilman Beal would say is a legend in his field, and I think we all can agree on that. So taking his recommendations to find a new replacement. So it has been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you very much. Resolution 2024-40, resolution appointing a member to the Town of Wappinger Planning Board.
I'll move the name of Thomas Truss Jr. to be appointed to the 3-year unexpired term, which expires on December 31st, 2026.
Moved by Councilman Beal.
I'll second it, and I have to add that in our interviews, I've never seen such a robust group of people that have stepped up with their experience, and they've just expanded the expertise of our planning board greatly.
Absolutely. And to continue that discussion, too, we had quite a group of candidates apply to be on the planning board, which I dare say in my many years here in this government, and I'm sure my colleagues up on the dais feel the same way, we've never seen this many people and this many qualified people. We have folks that, represent various fields, from serving in capacities as the Director of Planning in the City of New York under 2 mayoral administrations. We have a former town supervisor who was a huge proponent of smart development and following comprehensive plans. With Mr. Truss here that we're voting on, is a home inspector and understands how to read plans. And then with another applicant who we're appointing here tonight, has a great background in agriculture and open space. So we really hit every field that we can to have a very diverse, bipartisan, I also would like to say, planning board to best serve everyone in this community. So we had, I believe, a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you very much. Resolution 2024-41, resolution appointing planning board member.
I'll move the name of Robert Meehan to be appointed to the planning board for the full 7-year term, which will expire on December 31st, 2030.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Beal, second by Councilman Phillips. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Thank you very much. Resolution 2024-42, resolution appointing a member to the Town of Wappinger Planning Board.
I'll move the name of Richard Barth to be appointed to the planning board for the 5-year unexpired term, which will expire on December 31st, 2028.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Beal, second by Councilman Phillips. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations, Mr. Barth. You're here in attendance today. Congratulations. We look forward to working with you. And thank you for coming. Resolution 2024-43, resolution appointing member to the Town of Wappinger Planning Board.
I'll move the name of Mr. James Glorioso to be appointed to the 4-year unexpired term, which will expire on December 31st, 2027.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Beal, second by Councilman Phillips. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you very much. And again, this is quite the planning board that we have here and has really elevated its stature. So we are very excited. So
Congratulations.
I do think that deserves another round of applause, folks. Very, very exciting.
Make us proud.
Yes. And resolution 2024-44, resolution approving the correspondence log.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Phillips, second by Councilman Beal. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you very much. With that, is there any?
We have 20.
Oh, yes. My apologies, folks.
Good call.
Good call. Resolution 2024-45, resolution hiring indoor soccer instructor for the Recreation Department program.
I'll move that we appoint Andres Benitez as indoor soccer instructor at $40 per hour per the budget line B7140.119.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Beal, second by Councilman Phillips. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you very much. And I'm sure the clerk just said that, but could you please email the town clerk a Word copy of that? Okay. Thank you. Does any member of the town board have any items for special consideration or new business?
So I think we got to talk just briefly about the commercial vehicle gate
Oh, geez.
controversy that no good deed goes unpunished, right? So, we said no commercial vehicles at all in the recycle center, and then people started showing up with their F-350 pickup trucks that are their personal vehicle that weigh 5,500 pounds that have to be registered commercial. So we have a little bit of a loophole here that we have to address, and I think the town clerk may have addressed this effectively by creating either an assertion or an affidavit or something that says, okay, I understand my vehicle is registered commercial, but I'm not using this for commercial purposes. Joe, is that what we ended up doing with this?
Yeah, that's all done, it's all been signed by people who have commercial, and put in place.
Do we have vans with that issue as well?
Yes, because if
Yes.
you don't have
Because if you don't have
a
windows.
window on your van.
Yes, it's commercial, yes.
So, my first response was, Joe, can you go outside and see if there's lettering on the vehicle? And before I could finish that question, he said, no, we're too busy. And then I heard there was a big line going down the hall. So
Yes.
people
Yes.
started calling me, all
I have
day
to say,
long.
the town clerk's office has been tremendously busy, and I said the same thing the other day, that we can't have our town employees leaving the office to go run outside and check to see if there's lettering on the sides of their vehicles. So I think that this is a good way to address that situation. It has since been posted on the website. I directed our internal IT personnel to send out a Wappinger delivery notice.
Good, yeah.
So that has all been taken care of there as well, and working with the town clerk, which, again, I acknowledged him during my inaugural address during our ceremony on Friday. Mr. Paoloni has spent many, many hours and days building this custom software, going back and forth to make this perfect, ironing out many kinks. So, again, I thank you, Town Clerk Paoloni, for that.
And so I guess the difference, Joe designed this software platform where the scanner reads your registration.
Registration.
So it reads the barcode on your registration, right? So
Reads it
obviously.
aloud, too.
What's that?
It repeats the street back to you and says if
Oh,
it's a
okay.
resident.
So that's to verify not only the address, but the registration of the vehicle. That's why all of a sudden now we ended up with this issue with the commercial vehicles, because people that have been using the recycle center for years with their pickup truck, we previously didn't have the visibility on how their vehicle was registered specifically by the barcode. Now we're reading it and it's saying it. So this happened over the last, how many days are we into this year? 8 or 9? This
Yeah,
happened in the past 8 days.
8 days.
So the quick fix, I got to give props to Joe and his staff, was, rather than blow the database up that he spent all this time building and change the entire policy and process, the easiest thing to do here is make sure these folks that have vehicles that are registered commercial understand that our definition of commercial use is different than the registration category that comes up on their vehicle. So we understand you have a vehicle that weighs 6,000 pounds or whatever. Just please insure us and sign here by guaranteeing that you're not going to be using it for commercial purposes. And I think that that's the best patch moving forward. And I appreciate you dealing with this kind of last minute. And I think we're good right now until the next crisis occurs.
Yes.
And one of the other things that came out of this was a lot of vehicles were expired.
Yes.
And so people who moved out of the town 15 years ago when I started building the system, when Jessica was deputy, and so they'd still use their expired registration to gain access to the center. And this is now saying, oh, that registration's expired, saving them the ticket that they would normally get if a policeman stopped them. So.
That's the other part of the controversy.
Yes, yes. Sending folks to DMV.
I can confirm that whatever the heck he put together is insane.
He showed me.
Yes. Oh, it's
Very
working.
impressed.
It's working, and
In fact, he told every single person in Ward 1 that had a pickup truck to call me, and that happened for 3 days straight, so I appreciate it.
Well, just so you know, Bill, it's everybody town-wide.
Yeah.
So we just call you.
Yeah, they were all, Ward 3 was calling me, too.
yes,
Said to appeal, see Councilman Beal.
That's what he was telling people.
I told you, it read it back aloud, the
Nothing
computer.
surprises me at this point, so
No.
I think we have it fixed. Please,
Yes.
please, folks, stop calling me. Go to the town clerk's office.
Yes, all right, so that, again, thank you both for addressing that, coming to a resolution. I think that we'll be good again until the
Thank
next crisis.
That's appreciated.
Councilman Phillips, any items for special consideration, new business?
No, all good. Make a motion to go in executive session
Okay. For what purpose?
for
legal advice.
legal advice.
Perfect. Moved by Councilman Phillips,
Second.
second by Councilman Beal. We will be returning to public session. So, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you very much. We'll be